So, I want to tell you how to actually write an email to a professor to actually get into graduate school. And I think this is really important. So, I want to make sure that you have the best opportunity to do well to get into graduate school. So, I'm going to give you a couple of really important tips, and you should stay tuned. So, if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslach. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor for it to help you out. So I created this sharing economy editing platform. You can get feedback on your writing, your resume, whatever your applications even. But that it's really cool. Go check it out. That's what reciprocity.com is, and there's all these different resources for you. So what you want to do is really stress that you care about the professor. like that is the most important thing that almost everybody does not get. And it's like any relationship, right? If you go into a relationship saying you go to a potential mate and you say, hey, marry me. They're going to be like, get lost. Like, you have no idea who I am and what I'm about. So you need to actually do a little bit of legwork up front. So what I would do is stress the following things. And I've said this a lot on this YouTube channel. But you want to actually read their work and find out whether you're actually interested in them. The world is very transactional, extremely transactional. But if you don't show interest in somebody else's work, like, why are you even trying, right? Like, that sort of transactional nature is like, gimme, gimme, gimme. It ain't gonna work. It never works. It never works. It's so transparent. We are very skeptical up front. So just have that mind going into it and actually read the work. Like, read it. I don't understand why it's so hard. Like, read somebody's work and see what they're actually talking about. It's not that hard. You do that, and then you're going to have a tremendous better chance of actually getting in because you want to talk to them about their work. That's the only thing that really matters. You need to also make sure, and this is sort of on the second point, and you just need to realize that they're extremely busy. They've been burnt a lot of times before by different relationships, and it's super high risk for them to talk to you. Like, extremely high risk for them to talk to you because you're probably going to waste their time eventually, and that's what they're thinking. I know that seems like it's awful, and you don't want to hear that. That's exactly what they're thinking. It is a waste of my time to spend any time with you, and I want to make sure that it's worthwhile because there's 100 other people that want to spend some time with me or with the professor. And so just know that that's what's happening. I know you might be upset with that, but that's the truth of it. And everybody is thinking like that. You need to respect their time and effort. Everything that they do is it's them spending time with you, and you need to realize that is a big commitment for them. You need to also be willing to actually do the work in the relationship. And if you can't communicate that, whether you've actually done some work up front, like read their work, and then as well as, hey, I think this would be a really cool extension. Hey, you should do this. Hey, I've written a 2-page report on what you've done. Hey, I've collected some data. All of those things means you've actually done the work. And if you haven't shown that somehow, good luck. Like, you're not going to get, it's just not going to happen for you. You need to also be aware that they're being asked all the time by other people to consume their time. And you're low on the totem pole because you have not contacted them before. They have no idea who you are. So you need to actually build a relationship with them. It's like, the whole dating thing, like, you usually wait for a while before you jump into bed with somebody. Well, it's the same thing. Like good luck. You're trying to get a commitment right up front when they have no idea who you are and you have no relationship with them. Like, that's not going to happen. It's not cool. You need to actually spend some time to get to know them. actually do a little bit of work for them, and then maybe it might actually work out in your favor. It's just not going to work otherwise. You want to make sure that you're actually committing to helping them out. You need to demonstrate that you're interested in them and their research first. You need to be conscious and you need to be curious about their research. You need to understand what they are doing. You need to sort of get a sense of what they're about. It's really like that simple. I know that seems like crazy. You do that and you're going to get in because nobody else does it. There's 1,000 other people and 1,000 other people are self-interested. But if you're actually the one person that takes the time to read somebody's work, get to know what they're about, actually communicate some interesting facts and ideas to them, like, you're so much better off. I know this, it's exasperating to see this. People are just so misaligned to what's actually going on. And every time that you try to be exploitive and you're trying to, I mean, it's just so clear. It's so painfully clear. You need to think about interesting extensions of their work. That's really how academia works. That's how the real world works. You need to actually think about, okay, they've done this cool thing and they maybe made a little comment over here in the work and it said, hey, maybe we should look at this sometime. And there's tons of that stuff. You look at the limitation section of a paper and see what they said. And then maybe you're like, oh, that's an interesting extension. Maybe I should actually go do something like that. Maybe I should gather some data. Maybe I should spend a couple of weekends gathering some data and see if I can sort of see what's going on. And you can all gather data. It's not that hard. You just go on the internet and search for gathering data or looking up, go and find some data on a certain area that you're interested in. Like, seriously, spend some time doing this and it's going to benefit you tremendously before you actually do this kind of stuff and before you actually reach out to somebody. Spend the time to actually do a little bit of legwork up front and it's going to benefit you, because if it's not that professor that's interested in what you did, it's somebody else that said, hey, this person did a lot of work. Maybe we should consider them. If it's not that school, you can apply to other places that are doing similar things. Professors are kind of clustered sometimes, and you can find out what their interests are. There might be 30 other people that are doing something similar, and you can apply to those institutions where they're doing something similar. And all you have to do is look at their articles and see who are they citing. And if they're citing these similar people, you'll find out where other people that are doing the similar research, and you can apply to those institutions. So it's really as easy as that. It's a lot of legwork. It's a lot of work up front, but it's going to pay off in the long run to get into a good institution. So with that, give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.